Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video. My current strategy is to deposit $100 of my own money per week and let the portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward. All dividends received will be reinvested back into that stock from which it was received. My goal is to put this money to work for me in the long term to build a growing and reliable income stream. I am a long-term buy and hold investor who focuses primarily on individual blue chip stocks as well as ETFs and CEFs. What we're looking at right now is my taxable M1 stock brokerage account. And we'll just take a look at the 1 year performance of the portfolio. You can see about a year ago, we're at the $200,000 mark. We're close to the $230,000 mark. And this portfolio went down at late October, is probably at its lowest point. And then you can see we've gone up. And then starting this week, we're trending downwards a little bit. So this portfolio, this is not all of my investing. This is about 15% of my net worth. And if you are curious to see what's all in this portfolio, I have 58 different positions divided into 3 different slices. We'll take a look at the holdings tab real quick. I'll just scroll through them really quick. I know I could just have ETFs and call it a day, but that is where the majority of my net worth is tied into, which is Vanguard's VTI and VU. And you can see SCHD is my top holding in this portfolio, but I'm also well diversified in individual positions as well. And to me, stock trading is a little bit of a hobby and following the performance of these stocks as well as picking them. To me, it's fun. You can see Air Products, that's the lowest. So I'll leave a link below so you can see what's all in my portfolio. We're going to jump to the activity log because what I do every Monday morning is I deposit $100 of my own money, and lately I've been dividing it into 5 different companies, so $20 a piece. And we'll see really quickly what those 5 were. So first up was Union Pacific, and then Exxon, and then Southern Company, McDonald's, and then Home Depot. And we can see already for February we've had some dividends roll in from Verizon, General Mills, and American Tower. So I'm going to go over to a Google Docs spreadsheet, and this has all the positions in my portfolio. We are in February, so I'm going to scroll down here. I have everything arranged by pay date because I want to know when I'm going to get paid and how much. And we can see these are the dividends, the American Tower, General Mills, and Verizon. I put the actual date I received the funds because M1 has a 1-day delay. So on the 2nd, I received these funds for these. So far, 3 dividends have rolled in for $61.74. So with these buys, what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you what the effect these buys had on the portfolio as far as the income that it's generating. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here to kind of show you the income it's generating. But you can see here, just to kind of explain the 3 different shades of green. This is for the first month of the quarter. This is for the 2nd month of the quarter, which we're in February, so we're in the medium greens. And then the 3rd month of the quarter. And the 3rd month pays me the most because most companies pay their dividend in the 3rd month of the quarter. And we can see right over here, the current monthly cash flow average of this portfolio is $920.76. And this is going to go up modestly with those 5 buys because I bought some fractional shares of those 5 companies. Of course, what I'm buying is not investment advice. It's just 5 companies I decided I wanted to add more to my position of. You can see here's the quarterly income out of the portfolio and the annual this portfolio, if I just do nothing and sit back, this portfolio will make at least $11,049. It's going to be even more than that, even if I don't buy a single share, because these companies are increasing their dividends like clockwork year over year. So let's go ahead and go back to M1. I'm going to grab that data from the holdings tab. We're going to paste that into the M1 data tab. What it's going to do is it's going to update the number of shares. You see the VLOOKUP to the M1 data tab. So it finds an instance of General Mills over there and it pulls the shares. Same with the cost basis as well. So we're going to go over here, and instead of having to type all this for the 5 different stocks I bought, typing in the new number of shares or copy and pasting, I don't have to do that. I just have to grab the data for the whole portfolio, go back over here, paste it into the M1 tab. This is going to change. The 920.76 is going to be around $9.21. We'll see. It's going to add between 20 and 25 cents to my monthly income. Very modest because it was only $100. So let's go ahead and paste this in. I do a paste special, values only. It's going to update the number of shares and my cost basis for those 5 positions. So if I bought shares in all the companies, it would automatically update those just with a simple paste. So we'll go back over here and we can see I was pretty spot on with my prediction. So we're at 921.01 for the cash flow average. Of course, the quarterly and annual went up modestly too. And we're going to go to the monthly average dividend tracking tab, and we're going to log this 921.01 because I like to track progress in the portfolio because it helps keep me motivated. And so this is kind of like a ledger. Anytime I do a deposit, anything like that, anytime there's a dividend raise, anytime there's a dividend cut, I log that. So the $100 deposit with those 5 buys added 25 cents in additional income every month going forward. So I'm getting pretty close to that $1,000 mark per month. I'm going to go to the Dividend Tracker tab. So you can see here, this is the history of the portfolio when I started tracking this and doing videos back in January 2021. You can see the starting portfolio value. Here's what I received in dividends for the month of January 2021. And I've also been tracking the quarterly income as well, and the quarter-on-quarter increase, which I've had a quarter-on-quarter increase going forward. You can see by the percentage and by the dollar amount. Also tracking annual dividends, and last year I broke over the $10,000 mark. We're going to be well over $11,000 for 2024. And I started tracking the average monthly dividend because, like I said before, most companies pay their dividend in the 3rd month of the quarter, so it's a little bit lumpy. You'll get a small dividend the 1st month, a small dividend the 2nd month, and then the 3rd month you'll get a large dividend. So what I've done is I've added those 3 months together and divided by 3 to get a smooth rate for the average monthly dividend. And I'm also tracking the increase every month too, that for my average monthly dividend income, and you can see that's gone up. There's going to be an exception though in March, it looks like, because SCHD is such a heavy position in my portfolio. Historically, SCHD announces its lowest dividend in March and steadily increases it with the largest dividend in December. So I expect there to be a lower average monthly dividend in March 2024. I don't see anything changing with that. It's going to go down at least $12, maybe up to $20. It's going to change this monthly income, but it's going to be temporary because in June, September, and especially December, it's going to go up that amount and much more. So we can see the dollar amount so far. We just started February, and I've already increased that by $3.70, and most of that was due to BST dripping, and that was done on last Friday. Drip back into the portfolio. You can see the month over month increase in my monthly income. Here's the annual dividend we're over the $11,000 mark, and here's the annual increase. And then I did a $100 deposit, so I'm going to update that really quick. And we're going to go to the last tab. I'm going to show you really quickly. And I sometimes I get a little bit of criticism of why I own so many positions in the portfolio, but here's where all my net worth is tracked right here. You can see I have a Vanguard IRA. I am heavy into ETFs. You can see even VTSAX as well. I've got VTI as well. So I have an IRA. I have a taxable account with Vanguard. I have a 401k. And they just recently moved this over to FXAIX, the Fidelity S&P 500. It was in VTSAX. For some reason, my work changed it, and that's my option. Actually, the fees are a little bit lower for FXAIX than VTSAX. It was just a really small amount. And then here's M1 Finance. I have an IRA as well at M1. You can see it's quite a large one. It's at nearly $600,000 right now. And you can see what I'm invested in: VU, VTI, SCHD, and BST as well. So I've got some growth, I've got some income, I've got everything in there. And then this is the portfolio that we actually go into depth in. So you can see it's a pretty small portion of my net worth. You see my savings, cash on hand, a little bit more cash. This is more of my spending and short-term kind of spending. And then recently I purchased a home, so I have home equity. And before, this was all in cash. I had close to $200,000, actually right at $200,000 before putting that down payment down. So you can see my net worth is $1,513,000. Of course, this is always changing with the market. So you can see by having some individual positions, it's pretty minuscule compared to my total net worth. And you can see I track my W-2 income against my expenses and make sure I have a gap going forward. And if you're interested in this sheet, how I track everything, I'll leave a link below, and you're welcome to copy it and then put in your own information. So that pretty much sums up what I wanted to show you, and that was what I bought, what my 5 selections were. Again, this is not investment advice. I'm going to go back to the activity log in case you missed it or want a refresher. And the 5 buys were Union Pacific, Exxon, Southern Company. A lot of the utility companies have been struggling lately, so I put Southern in there. I think next week I'll probably pick another one. And then McDonald's, and then Home Depot. And then, of course, we saw the change in my monthly, quarterly, and annual income. So thanks, everybody, for sticking to the end. Please click the like button if you got value from this video. Also, please comment below. Let me know what you're buying this week, or let me know what you think about my selections for this week. Thanks again, everybody, for sticking to the end. I hope everyone has a great week, and everybody take care.